Thank you so much for having me tonight, and everyone looks amazing, and I'm dressed in my scrubs, so, but if you need medical attention, I can provide it. You know, I always, every morning when I wake up, I pinch myself because I can't believe where life has come, and I can't believe that this is all real. And I'm so grateful for the things that I have and for the things that the environment that I get to live in. I look around at this room tonight and I think there are many of us that have come together here today to share this life from many other places. And this is one of the reasons why I'm grateful for where I am today, because I wasn't born in this country. I was born in a country at a time when it was ravaged by war, and the war lasted 3 decades. In amongst that ethnic war, where people of different ethnicities couldn't get along, there was a political war as well. I saw so much death, I saw so much suffering, and I was just a kid. I remember seeing people being burnt alive. I remember seeing people being beheaded. I remember seeing people being shot. I remember one of my uncles dying in the war and watching his young son cry for him when his unrecognizable body laid. We moved to this country when I was 10 years old on my 10th birthday. I just turned 38, and the last 28 years have been amazing. Despite all the challenges that I've had, I'm so grateful for the opportunities and the peace and the people that I get to live amongst. You know, it's a funny thing. I went to the supermarket last night and I was looking around and I wanted some ice cream because I love ice cream. And there was 50 different types of ice cream that I could choose from. And I still marvel at that fact that we get to have all this food and all this choice, because I came from a country where the kids that I went to school with didn't even have food. They didn't have shoes, they didn't have running water, they didn't have electricity. This has given me a lot of perspective, because when the biggest problem that I have sometimes is not having fast enough internet, I think back to those kids who don't have shoes, and it keeps me grounded in the fact that I at least have a pair of shoes to wear. You know, apart from coming from a country like that to living in a paradise like this, I also faced a few more challenges. I had this dream of wanting to become a doctor, and I went to medical school. And it was a time when I knew that I found my place in this world. I knew that I found where I was supposed to be. I knew that I found what I was supposed to do. And I love this job to this day. But when I was halfway through medical school, I had a car accident. Not too far from where we are now, actually. And I sustained a spinal cord injury. I became paralyzed from the chest down. I lost the use of my fingers, and life became incredibly challenging. I lost everything. My mum and dad split up. We lost our family home. There were times when my mum and I didn't know where we were going to live the next day. There was a period of time where I didn't own a pair of shoes. There was a period of time where I just had a couple of bits of clothing. I had to learn how to use a wheelchair. I had to learn how to breathe on my own. I had to learn how to speak a full sentence. A lot of people told me that I would never become a doctor anymore. A lot of people told me that was a dream too far. But you know what? This life, we only have one shot at it. And this is not a rehearsal. The show is happening right now. And I didn't want to have any regrets, so I fought for my dream. And I got back to medical school and I graduated. and this is my 6th year as a doctor. But you know what? I've come to realize that life is not about us. And I'm very lucky because I just turned 38 and I am ready to die. Can I tell you why? A few weeks ago, I was at an event and a young man from Africa, a refugee, came up and talked to me. He said that he hates wearing a suit, but that night he decided to put on a suit because he wanted to come and meet me. In his country, he was a medical student, but he had to escape, and through the course of escaping, his father died, and he ended up in Australia as a refugee. And life was understandably difficult for him, and he had to face many challenges after coming here. But he said that he was wandering around Brisbane City one day, and he saw a bus with my face on it. Let me tell you, it's actually a pretty weird thing when you're driving around and you see a bus with your face on it drive by. But on this bus, it had me, and it said that, "Who says that a quadriplegic can't practice medicine?" And my new friend says that this struck a chord with him so much that he thought, well, why can't a refugee become a doctor then? And so now he's working his way towards medical school. And the thing is that just that single story, just that one impact, just him is enough for me to feel like I've lived a worthwhile life. So thank you so much for privileging me tonight, for giving me some time to share my story, and thank you, Dooku, for this amazing event. Have a great night, everyone.